I always wanted to make movies. I always wanted to do quality television. I did grow up on music videos and loved them, but I never really thought about designing for music videos. I went to film school. I directed a short film. It went to the Cannes Festival. I thought I was going to be this big hotshot director. And I actually wrote a script and had a first look deal to develop it. And it was about a terrorist plot to blow up a monument. And I handed it in August of 2001. And in September 11th, 1 month later, not only did that script become hugely unmakeable, but the entire industry shut down. And I had nothing to do with my suit from Cannes, except to use it as a waiter catering. So I was sort of desperate and trying to figure out how to make a living post film school, and I could always draw. And I started drawing for photographers, and I became a set designer and a prop stylist for photographers. I worked with some very, very big photographers in the early 2000s, from Annie Leibovitz and Mario Testino and Stephen Klein, doing a lot of Condé Nast stuff. And some of those photographers started getting their shot at directing music videos, because that was a really big thing in the early 2000s. And they brought me. So I started doing music videos that way. And, the goal was always to do film, but it was like this really circuitous way where then some of the music video directors became commercial directors. And then some of those commercial directors became film directors. And it finally brought me back to long form. And by the time I really started doing movies again, I'd worked with enormously successful feature film directors in commercials. So I'd worked with some of the big guys who were making movies, but I had to catch up on my budgets for film. And then along the way, I met someone like, Beyoncé, Miss Beyoncé Knowles, who we just really clicked. And as she started to direct her projects, she started hiring me to design those too. We've been working together off and on for 17 years. And that led me to people like Madonna and Ariana Grande, and then Taylor Swift, who I've developed really consistent, really creatively intimate relationships with, where I think part of the reason they hire me is because I approach music videos from a cinematic perspective. I'm bringing a film language to their mediums, as opposed to just using music videos for the music's sake. So a lot of the things that I do with these artists, I'm proud to say, tend to be really cinematic, and Lemonade and Black is King are great examples of really feature length music videos that take more cues from films than from the genre of music.